Hi everybody, my name Dr. Piyush Anam. I am working as an assistant professor and today we will learn Commerce 3 subject, that is of SY BCom 3, and name of the module is Introduction to Management. In this particular module, Introduction to Management, today we will cover functions of management. For this particular lecture I had taken sources, that is Michael Voss and Aurora Voss. Now let's see in detail functions of management. The basic functions of management, it was given by Henry Fayol in the year 1916, and the name of the book was Industrial and General Management. Whenever you are writing any particular answer on these functions of management, you have to remember these three things. That is, it is given by Henry Fayol in the year 1916, and the name of the book was Industrial and General Management. The total four things which was given, that is functions of management: planning, organizing, directing and controlling. Planning. Why this particular concept is very important? It is said that when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Which means if you are planning to introduce any particular product or you want to introduce any particular service, etc., planning is very important. Next is organizing. Organizing simply means organizing the resources. Whatever resources available to us, whether it may be human resource, it may be finance, it may be land, it may be building, it may be factory, it may be machinery, etc., we have to organize that particular resource. Next is directing. Simply means to direct the employees, to give guideline to get desired result. And the last one, that is a controlling. Controlling simply means that whatever plan we implemented, whether it is going as per our plan or if any particular deviations is there, we have to deal with that. Same functions of management which was further explained by Luther Gulick, and Luther Gulick described all the functions in a different way, that is a planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, reporting and budgeting, and the short form for this particular all the functions, that is a postcard. Let's see all in detail one by one. Very first, that is a planning. In a planning, it is said it is a process of establishing goals and suitable course of action. Now here I will give you one particular example, that say for example if you want to produce a particular goods, then we have to decide what kind of goods we have to produce, what will be quantity, what may be the consumer demand, etc., and we have to decide what actions we have to take to reach that particular goals. Now what are the steps of planning? Very first we have to analyze our internal and our external environment. Now what do you mean by internal and external environment? Internal environment simply means the resources which is in our hand. There is a human resource or finance or land or building, etc., which is in our control. External environment simply means that is not in our hand. That is not in our hand, which I mean the government policies, or we can say demand and supply, customer preferences, or world economy, etc. things. Next is setting clear and realistic goal. Clear and realistic goal simply means clear that after 5 years, after 10 years, I want to be in this particular position or my company will be there in this particular position. Realistic simply means that if I am launching my company this particular year, I can't expect that my company will be number one company after 6 months or 1 year. That is not realistic goal. So we have to set our realistic goal. Next is framing and evaluating our alternative plan. We have to decide, or we have to select various plans. We have to chalk down various plans, and then we have to select which plan will be suitable to you according to our budget, according to our policy, etc. Next is we have to implement that particular plan, and then we have to review plan, that whatever be plan, whether it is going as per our schedule, as per our course of action, or any deviations is there. Next, it is organizing. This already I explained, that is organizing resources. For that, very first we have to decide what kind of resource we need. That is our goal, that this particular kind of human resource we need, this particular training we have to impart to the HR, this particular finance we need, this particular rate of interest we are ready to pay. We have to divide our finance into debt, equity, etc., etc. It is just an example, but it is determining our goal. Next is identifying our activities. We have to identify what activities we will do, and we need that kind of resource. Next, we have to group our activities like production, finance, marketing, research, etc. Defining activity and responsibility. This is very important, because once you are defining your activity, then someone should be there that is responsible. As Henry Fayol already said, authority should come with responsibility. Next, we have to arrange for resource. We have to allocate our resource for that particular task. And that is next is establishing superior and subordinate relationship. What do you mean? Superior and subordinate relationship simply means that someone leader should be there who can guide our subordinate. And next, we have to coordinate our activities so that we can get desired result. Next, that is staffing. As it is already said, select the right person for the right job, because whenever there is a right person for the right job, you will get good results. Now, staffing, how we can control that particular, that very first, that is a performance appraisal. Performance appraisal simply means that we have to keep a track or a record of that particular employee, that what kind of activity he is doing. There are various kind of appraisal available, that is a 360-degree appraisal or peer appraisal, etc., etc. It depends on the company what kind of appraisal they are using. Next, that is motivation of employee. Motivation can be in two things, that is a monetary or non-monetary, that you already studied. Promotion and transfers we have to consider according to the job profile or whatever job they had done. Training and development, nowadays this particular task is considered very important. Even if you are experienced employee, training is given to you so that you can perform good in future. And next is retention of employee. Retention is also very important, because if you will see companies like Tata, etc., they are having absolutely almost zero turnover of the employees. Once employee joins, they don't want to leave the company. That is a retention. Next is decision making. Now, what is decision making? We have to decide the process of identifying and selecting a course of action to solve a specific problem. I repeat, identifying and selecting a course of action to solve a specific problem. Here I will give you one example. Say for example, I already launched a particular product, and that particular product, our sales of that particular product is not good as compared to other brands. Now that is a problem, that is a lower sales. Now what we have to do? We have to decide what can be done. So very first, that is a defining the problem. We define the problem, sales is low. Identifying and evaluating alternative solutions. First we have to decide, we have to select that why our sales is low, whether we are not having good quality product, or our competitors are giving better product, or our competitors are having good marketing policy, or brand name of that particular product is more, or whether they are giving good discount, whether our retailers are not supporting us, or retailers are getting good commission in that particular in their product, etc. Everything we have to analyze, and then we have to finalize the solution. Okay, we have to select the best alternative solution, that yes, if our competitor is giving, say for example, 10% discount, we will be giving 15% discount, considering our financial matter. We have to implement then, and we have to see whether our sales increased or not, and we have to review our performance, and then we can decide what kind of plan of action we need. So that is a decision making. Next, and very important things, that is a directing. Directing simply means we have to direct. Unless and until you direct, you guide your subordinates, etc., they will not do the desired, they will not give the desired result. So simply means we have to lead them. As I already told, we need very strong leadership for this particular part. We have to communicate exactly what we want, and they have to follow what we say. So that is a communication. We have to motivate employees, because sometimes Without motivation, employees will not give the desired result. And to develop high morale in the subordinates, because it may be possible that after trying again and again we are not getting, if we take the previous example, we are not getting good results of giving good discounts, etc. So it is possible. So in this particular case, again we have to keep high morale of the subordinates, we have to keep trying, and then they can do well. Next is controlling. What is controlling? It is given already. Monitoring actual performance with plan 1 and taking corrective measures if required. We are taking the same example. Say for example, we are giving discount of 15%, but still our sales is not picking up. Then we have to take some corrective measures if required. So what we have to set our target, said if we are giving discount of 50%, 15%, our sales should increase up to so and so extent. So this is our target. We implemented our task, but we are measuring the actual performance, that after giving discount of 50% also we were expecting to increase our sales by at least 40%, but it is coming to 25% only. So what we are doing, we are comparing actual one with the targeted one. So what is the actual one? That is a 25%. What was the targeted one? That is a 40%. So we have to find out what are the causes of deviation. So causes of deviation, we came to know that discount is fine, but more commission is given by the opposite brand. So here what we can do, we can increase the rate of commission to the retailers. So accordingly, we can list and select our corrective measures and implement and review our performance. Next, that is coordination. Yes, in the modern world, unless and until you coordinate with the employees, you can't get the desired result. So it is integration of employees of subordinates by the superiors. Unless and until activity is coordinated. Coordination simply means that it is, we can say, we have to coordinate our research work by the production by the marketing by the finance, etc. things we have to coordinate. Top level to middle level. This is an example. Let's say for example, at top level we are deciding one particular product, that this particular product we will produce. So that particular message is given by top level to middle level, that is a product finalization. Next is middle level to lower level, that is production manager to factory supervisor. Production manager decided this particular product we will produce, and they instructed to factory supervisor that this is the detail of the particular product. Lower level to subordinates. Lower level to subordinates simply means factory supervisors, they are giving instructions to the machine operators. So if you will see in the entire process, there is a coordination between the employees. Next is budgeting. Budgeting simply means we have to budget everything. Whether budgeting, that is a hard fact of any particular business, that we need finance for every particular activity. Okay, and unless and until you budget that particular part, it will be difficult. So we have to allot our funds, we have to allot for our research activity. Nowadays, if you will see, many companies including international company, they are spending crores of rupees on research, because if research is good, you can get very good we can say goods, and you can sell that particular goods in the market. So allotment of funds for everything, we should have budget. That may be the production, it may be marketing, it may be research, etc. That's what they are explaining. That is budget for sales, budget for advertising, budget for training cost. If you are hiring someone professional, obviously they will charge. And next, taking corrective measures in case of deviations. So with this, we are completing this particular lecture. I request you to revise this particular part of the functions, and from examination point of view, you will be able to write if you are referring this particular lecture. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.